Hey guys, today we're going to be working on replacing a windshield wiper motor assembly. The issue I'm having in my truck right now is when I would wake up in the morning, I would turn the car on, my wiper blades would just come on, they would just start moving. And what I had to do was, this was a progression. I have my little stock right here, and I would turn it to on and then turn it back off, and then it would turn off. And it worked like that for like a few days, and then after that, pretty much you can see here where the stock is, the stock and where the speed, you know, as you see, as you go higher on the speeds, the faster it'll turn. And then it will go, you got high, you got regular speed, and then you got the intermediate speeds, and then you got off. They wasn't synced up with the wiper motor. So essentially speaking, what I found out was there's some diagnosis to do. Sometimes the stock can be bad, but if everything else is working, turn signals is working, high beams is working, cruise control, all that, then the stock is not the problem. Then I'll tell you where all the failure things are. Sometimes here, these arms can break. If they break and you turn it on, and it either might not work at all, or it might work like kind of like one arm might not move all the way. You have in here, you see those threads? The wiper arm presses into these threads, and the pivot like this. If these are stripped out, this is a problem too. And then lastly, but my situation is, and if your motor's bad, if your motor's bad, pretty much these would just be really weak, or they just won't work at all. But my situation is something this is called this right here. This is called a pulse board. The pulse board has failed. This is like a thing that synchronizes with the turn signal stock and tells the wiper arm what to do and how fast, and you know, all things like that. Now these things can get moisture in them over time, and they can get damaged. For my truck, I heard this is kind of common, but now what I was going to say is, depending on your situation, you usually can just buy this. You can just buy this, pull the old one out, you know, check the internals, see if you got to clean them up or not, and then put this new one in. But like I said, in today's time, sometimes it's just smarter to replace the whole thing. It was actually, believe it or not, cheaper for me to buy this whole assembly than it was to just buy this electrical piece. So it is what it is. I'd rather have all new everything anyway. Either way, I'm gonna go out to the car now, and I'm gonna show you what to do to get our thing out, to get access to our wiper motor and replace it. What I'm going to skip though is pretty much what you do on one side, you do on the other side. I'm gonna skip doing one side because, like I said, I'm a person that doesn't like redundancy, and then I'll show you how to do everything from there. So let's get inside the vehicle, let's get busy. Okay, before we even start, you know, popping the hood right now, we want to get all the big stuff out the way, and we got to pick up this cowl. So first thing to do here is, if you have an antenna like me, find the correct size. And don't forget, with an antenna, you can come from the top. If you're nervous, come like this, and then turn it like this. Break it. Mine's is a 10 mil. And then just twist it. There you go. The antenna's out. Put it somewhere safe and out the way. Alright, now there is a 10mm screw down here I gotta get out. If you got dirt and stuff in it like me, get a little flathead and just clean it up. Pull out as much crud as you can. Get 10 in there. I also do recommend spraying all this stuff with WD-40. This stuff is exposed to the elements. You don't want this stuff to break on you. You want to make it as easy as possible. So we're just going to crack this open. Alright, I got a little magnet here because it's kind of deep. Just pull this thing out. Good. So what we're going to work on now is getting the arm off. For the most part, before you start breaking these, you can use tape and mark them. depending on what your window setup is, because the way like mine kind of literally shows where you want them to be, it's no need for me to do that. So pop this plastic cover off like this, get up under here and break it off. There you go. Get that cover. Like I said, little WD-40. Stuff is exposed to the elements. I think this is a 14 for me. Yep. And I'm just gonna crack it. There we go. And remove that nut. Now, to get this out, you got a couple options. You can kind of push and keep flexing on this thing, but I think for some reason my thing is broken too. So what I might have to do is get some pullers. I'm gonna have to make this work, even though it's so tight in here, like this. And this isn't gonna be easy for me. Just going to line it up like that to hold my hand in place. Okay, so this is just a way for me to hold it in place. I'm gonna just get a little socket right here, push it down in there, and then I'm gonna thread you down, and then we're just gonna keep on twisting till we break that thing. There we go, just like that. It's popped off. There we go, and it's out. Same situation here. Passenger side. Boom. Way for me not to mix this up is I'm gonna put this just like that, and then put this guy right here, just so I don't forget them. Now I got everything off, let's pop the hood, and then we're gonna work on working the plastics off. All right, essentially we just got to work all the little plastic tabs off. I got relatively spaced out. One here. I already took the rest out here. 3 and 4 down there. So all you gotta do is get a little flathead to pry up on it. If you got some kind of tool, you can use a flathead to get it all the way out, but this is just a appropriate tool. It's like a plastic pull-up tool. And I think I can just wiggle this thing out just like that. Pop it out. Don't want to lose them. Gonna need to reuse these. Now, with all those things out, I think this thing, we have one issue here. I have okay, I just pushed this tab down. That is my windshield washer. Pull you up, pull you up. Keep working around. And what we're gonna do here is, there we go. Nice and gentle. Up. Am I forgetting one? Hold on. I think I am. To do is simply just pull it up. Plastic clips. Same scenario over here. And I just popped it up just like that. And now I just got to be careful of the water jets. I think I can pull these, but this is what I'm gonna do. Just lift it like so, and then just pull it forward. Boom. And here we go. This is our wiper motor assembly. Now we're gonna break this bolt here and this bolt here. Break this side. We'll do the same thing on the other side, but I don't feel like popping the hood right now. And then that's out. This can lift up now, like so. Oh, look at that. Broke off. Wow. That's good to know. Good thing I'm replacing the whole assembly. I must be And then lastly is this electrical harness right here. Be careful not to damage the wiring. So just gonna push the tab in right here, and I'm going to, there you go, pop it out. Now, nice and gentle. Our wiper control comes right. Okay, so here we are. As you can see right here, not only is this board right here bad, this plastic piece right here broke off, which is gonna mess up the fulcrum point or mess up how this works. So it's just a good thing. This is why when it comes to stuff like this, you just want to replace the entire thing, because I didn't know this was broken. So this is broke. Now I don't got to transfer anything. I'm just gonna put these two blades right here so I don't forget where they go. And then let's go drop the new one in. Goes in here like this. Notice this rubber mount. Notice this rubber mount right here. It goes in this hole to hold it in place. We're gonna get our connector. And you hear that thing click? I'll drop it in nice and slow and easy. I'm gonna be gentle with this kind of stuff. And then just like that, we're in our connector. It's all the way in, can't go any further. Let's get our new bolts, our old bolts. Tighten them down here. I'm just using a wrench, a little box head right here, just like that. It's all snug down, it's all good to go. Our rubber mount is in, so everything's looking good right now. Let's get our cowl right here, slide it down, back in place. Be careful not to pull too hard. Remember, we got our wiper motors right there. Our little plastic tabs right there. There we go. That side is down. And make sure you trim here, tucked in. Okay. We're gonna get our little hold down screws back in there. That's it. These studs right here attached to the body of the truck. We don't want to break those. If we break those studs, we're going to be in for a bad day. Good old antenna back in here, and just get it on here and screw it in. My hand first. Got a little tin here. And no need to kill it, just kind of stop when it feels like it doesn't want to go anymore. That's it. Let's get our new wipers. Make sure you got a bug in there. Just make sure you inspect your blades, make sure they're not cut up, make sure they're not beat up. And then this is the fun part. It's not a bad idea to put some grease in here. It'll just help for future removal if you care. But just gotta get it in there. Line it up kind of where you want it to be. If you don't already have it marked, that's perfect for me, just like that. Now we are gonna have to make sure this is kind of tight though, because this is it's like a press-on type of situation. So let's get that on. I said don't destroy it, but it needs to be on there kind of snug. You'll know if it's on tight enough when you start the car up. Let's do the other side. All right, right here. Just make sure we just pop that back up in place. That's it. Let's pop it up. Let's get our little push clips here. Push them in. I'm actually lying. There's only 3 of these on this truck, but I think I said it was 4 earlier. I'm just gonna push that in. Squeeze it in there, kind of firm. Yep. And then now the entire cowl is back snugged on. Now what we're gonna do is jump in the car and we're gonna test it out. The only reason why I didn't put the plastic clips back on here is if I need to make an adjustment. Hopefully I don't, but just leave it off just to test fit. I think the last thing I failed to bring up was that most wiper blades have a fuse on them. This fuse is good. I had to pull my fuse out because mine's kept going on and off a lot. So you don't know how annoying it is having a bad windshield wiper and it's going crazy when it's dry out. So you pull the fuse out, and then when it rains you got to come back and pull the fuse. Put the fuse in, and the speed's uncontrollable. It's crazy. So let's put our box back on. Now let's test it. There we go. Get our can on position. It's off. Let's see what happens. Oh, awesome. Gonna go through all of them. I don't want to do it too much. The window is dry. Oh yeah, and it's working properly. Awesome. So lastly, let's check the washer. You guys, I'm sorry. I was pressing the wrong damn button. I gotta push this up. Let's check those squirters, and we got squirters. All right, you guys, we're all done here. Till next time, out. Bye.